Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Arlene Dijamco, and you are watching the MultiDimensional MD, Waking Up Medicine. It's my mission to help expand the perspectives on health and healing, to raise the bar of health so that we can tap into these infinite possibilities. And we have a great episode for you today. It's another episode of A Moment with Maudy on the MultiDimensional MD. And this is my friend Maudy Fowler here. And if you don't know her, she's a mystic, an angel messenger. She received her first angel whisper at the age of 11. She is an award-winning international best-selling author, having beat Deepak Chopra and Dr. Wayne Dyer for an award in Europe. And we are here to talk to you today about counting your blessings on the two most difficult days. So you might be wondering, what are those days? And Maudy, welcome. I'm going to let you tell everyone a little bit more about it.
Thank you, Dr. Arlene, and thank you all for tuning in. This is so cool. I'm so excited to always visit with Dr. Arlene for that moment. And for you all, today is Veterans Day. So a happy Veterans Day to all of you at home. And thank you all for your service. I so appreciate your heart, your love, your courage, and everything. And also taking this time also to thank the healthcare workers, because it's just our heart is so much here, and we keep you all in prayers. Coming back to our beautiful topic, and thank you all again. And Dr. Arlene, thank you for letting me come and visit. Today's topic is counting your blessings. With Thanksgiving coming up, it's so much more difficult for many people to face and embrace Thanksgiving, because, to celebrate it with as less people now, and as many people, just a few people in the family, just to be safe and with the mask and all that. Anyways, coming back to counting your blessings and facing the two most difficult days is actually yesterday and tomorrow. See, today for many of you, it's actually to worry about yesterday, and today we worry about tomorrow. So where did today go? Okay, so for us, it's actually to, like, the people who are in heaven. They are so much around you, sharing what you go through. So for me, it is to understand and help you understand that yesterday is gone. Today we're here, and tomorrow still needs to come. But many people with fall, Dr. Arlene, they actually live in the past, because for many people it's to fall back. So what's going to happen? The reflection of the past is so much in the present, and that makes so many people stressed and frustrated and also depressed. So Dr. Arlene, you and me, I'm always so happy to then embrace all of the people, to let them know that no worries, no concerns, because today is where God will embrace us to let us make plans for tomorrow. And of course, everything is God's plan. But, what I've written on the Facebook, and it's Maudy Fowler and Gail Hunt official page Facebook, an inspirational message that actually says it's not what happens to us, but how we handle it. And then with the two most difficult days, it is for us to embrace this moment, because we're here tomorrow, especially in this pandemic. So Dr. Arlene, I actually also added to it that life can take a turn. And when we have our routine, I'm always grateful in the morning to pray, dear Lord, thank you for letting me be here and waking up and letting me embrace your people. Because a moment, Dr. Arlene, can be actually so much be disturbed and taken away from us, and routine will not be routine anymore. So for us to appreciate what we have, and to look at what we do have, and to look at what we can do, is to help ourselves to only embrace love. So counting your blessings starts actually to look at what we do have, look at what we can do, and look at who we can even more and forgive. So my thoughts. How about you, Dr. Arlene?
Well, I sometimes I see people who are really so down, whether and so anxious. So anxiety is like when you're too much in the future, and when you're feeling down, it's like when you're too much in the past. And sometimes they will say they don't even know what to be thankful for. But once you start asking the question, that is the step you can take. Because if you can't even think of anything, at least start asking the question. Because I say our minds are like this Google search engine. So it will start to give you information for the questions that you ask it. So just ask, what am I thankful for? And then you can just start with the simple things around you: water, food, a place to sleep. And then I tell people to feel it in their body. Like, what does gratitude feel like? So we don't just keep it into the mind. We really need to access that multidimensional part of our being. So it's to feel it. What does it feel like to be thankful for something? And usually, I'll tell you what it feels like for me. It just feels like an expansiveness of my spirit. I feel like my body gets more relaxed. And I like what you said, like starting every day, ending the day too with that gratitude practice. And I guarantee you, if you start doing that consistently, even just 5 minutes every day, your life will start to shift. And this is not just holistic medicine. We have evidence for this. They have tons of research of how being grateful for things and feeling that can help your attitude, your emotions, the way you think. It can get you in more flow. It helps your sleep. It helps your blood pressure. It helps physical symptoms. It helps relationships. So it can have that ripple effect throughout your life. So just start with the question and feel it inside. So that's I really,
I totally agree. And for you all,
you're freezing a little bit.
yeah. So I totally agree with you. And for yes, it's for you all at home who are tuning in, and that is the gratitude that I so agree with Dr. Arlene, because I love to exchange thoughts with Dr. Arlene, looking at her point of view in life from a medical, but also from a different platform where she is assisting and navigating people. So the gratitude comes from looking at what did happen and what good came out of your action. And so I believe that with our choices of thinking more
Mhm.
positive and looking up and building up versus looking back at past things did not happen, where it can trigger the depression and looking down at things.
Mhm. Mhm.
We do have to live gratitude, and that's a choice to look into what will be best for you, what will make you, Dr. Aline, said it, keep you healthy. So
Mhm.
we have to start with our mind, and our mind has to, what I do is make it positive, not here say me anything negative when we navigate you. So for that matter, know that you're not alone. Know that you are constantly being navigated by higher forces, and that's
Mhm.
actually so much, bringing people to that strong faith. We don't talk about religion. We talk about faith and your belief with where you need to be. And that is, we start, like Dr. Lean said, looking at the gratitude, grateful, counting your blessings to see what did happen in the past, in today, and what you will make happen for tomorrow. See, and that's where I often exchange thoughts with Dr. Lean off camera to, say, hey, we always have to look up, and the people who deal with severe losses, hardship levels, it is for us to start, it's for you all to start to look at big love and faith, and that you actually peace. So it's a big umbrella counting your blessings, but it's all housed with comfort, peace, and joy and laughter. And actually, for yourself to see how you can embrace love, dealing with the hardship levels of yesterday and, the present today, because tomorrow is not here. But when we can make peace with yesterday, we will have positive energy to look at, pray for tomorrow. You think that makes sense and come across okay, Dr. Arlene?
Absolutely. And I like to tease it apart for people because I get so many questions on, how the steps, like what next do I do? Like what people want want the detail of like, but how do I do that? How can I be that? I don't know where to start. And I like Michael Beckwith's work, and I was looking at that, and he was talking about different levels of vibration and consciousness, but I wanted to keep it more simple and talk about the pieces that are needed for the different layers of transformation. And this is why I keep saying, like, how can I grow through it? Because no matter what happens, and listen, I practice this for myself too. So just like anyone, I'll have my ups and downs, but whether it's personal, financial, professional, a relationship, whatever it is, I like to see it as almost like a challenge, where it's like, how can I grow through this? What is needed for my being where I can be more at peace with whatever is going on? So instead of feeling like everything's happening to me, it's like, but how can I shift in my being so that I can have more peace in my life? And one of the first steps is to release the blame. So releasing, like pointing the finger at, it's somebody else, it's the situation, everything is happening to me. Oh my gosh, yes, 2020, everything is happening. I so get that. But it's not saying that someone didn't, like, say, do something wrong to somebody else. That's what I'm saying. It's more like shifting it so that you can see, wait, what can I control in my life? So to shift the focus to like, oh, here are all these elements that I don't actually have control over, but there are pieces in your life and aspects of your being, what you're doing, that you do have control over. So see, it puts the ball like more in your arena. And it's okay if you feel like it's your fault. That is actually okay, because if it is, it means that you can do something about it. So, putting that that ball in your court, and it could be as simple as, well, I can choose to be kind. Just taking that one step. I can choose to, help somebody else in need. I'm going through something difficult, but so are other people, and I can choose to help. So that's like the first layer of transformation. How do you feel about that, Maudy?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But you see, there's also people who, made the different choices by not owning up to what has happened. So then our navigation comes to, that category of people to say, see which choice you can look into to embrace what is happening and how to handle that. Everything, I agree, it's actually a choice of life. And those choices can either work with you, of course, and against you. When it works against you and you can't embrace peace because of not forgiving from the past or not embracing in, the things that you have to accept, because it's about accepting things in life and letting go of things in life. So many people see that, of course, as a big obstacle, and then they cannot move on. So when Heaven and Me come into their life, we go to, to know where you're going is to first know where you've been. So with the concept in your mindset mindset, we then, with their loved ones in heaven, which now all over the world is a huge traffic, the stairway to heaven, so that energy field has become for me even more stronger to help people understand that why the loved ones have been taken away and why the left behinders now have to see how they can, with themselves first, have that oxygen mask on yourself first before you apply it to other, go through your mourning and grieving, and then see, where that will lead you and what next step of joy can make with forgiveness, with of not accepting, of resistance, of that is for me even stronger, because how do you move on? How do you make peace? And even with blame and guilt. So, in my world, in our world, heavenly world, there is no blame and guilt. Blame and guilt is only, I always say, in a court of law. But in a way, from the things in life, there is only to learn. And when things are happening with all of you, is to look at your strength, not the weakness. But we usually look down, and then the whole escalation of an evolving, revolving door of negative energy, Dr. Arlene, comes with distress, frustration, not seeing things happening, things that actually work against you. So that category of people, it's so hard to accept love, peace, comfort, and hope. So usually when people are put on my path is to immediately go to the cause and the effect of today. So me, I listen as being clear hearing, as my gift is clear hearing, as my gift is to listen into the loved ones from heaven. So for that matter, we immediately touch base on the things that caused distress, frustration, and depression from the past. That's what we refer to, and how we exchange thoughts about that. That is the luggage that people take into the present and take it to the future. So having that said, I think in what you said, I have to agree with you, but it's actually so much more as, to embrace for, let us say, that category of people. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I love what you say. You help people like put down their luggage or turn it into a backpack. So it's not having to lug everything with you, but maybe take like those experiences that serve you still, but leave the rest in the past. Like keep moving forward. And I really love, and so when I'm thinking about like those just steps in the transformation, first I know I said, well, what can I control? But then there's this other piece of, but I can also let go of it. What can I let go of? And maybe that sounds a bit contrary at first, but what I'm saying is along the lines of what you're saying too. It's like where can that divine guidance come through and help to lead you where you don't have to be controlling every single moment, that it's more listening and following what's coming through. And that divine guidance, it is always loving, always supportive, always encouraging. So if it's anything but that, then that's not it. That's not that divine guidance and intuition coming through. And that's a part of like how you help people so much, Maudy, because it's like they have difficult tuning into it, like the old radios, and so you can like tune into the frequency and help with that gift of like clear hearing, so they can hear their guidance come through more clearly.
Exactly. And I am so happy with the people who are moving on. This week was intense. We have inspirational Zoom presentations where people now from all over the world are joining. And that's so cool. And then we see, what needs to happen with bringing peace, love, and hope and comfort. And so, with you all coming to us with our conversation, what I love about the visit with Dr. Arlene, with that moment, to exchange thoughts with Dr. Arlene, is that you are able, through our conversation from different thoughts, to identify yourself, to let you recognize, oh yeah, that's me. Oh yeah, I'm from the past. Oh yeah, I'm from way back. So what am I doing here? See, so I can hear you all thinking, but how do I handle it when, my loved ones have been taken away, when I lost
Mhm.
my house, my job, no money? Where do I go from here? All of these questions are I'm bombarded with, which I totally love actually, because we can help
Mhm.
them all come to realization. First, again, counting your blessings. You're here. You're safe. Stay safe.
Mhm.
Pray and let the angels lead the way. Pray because God hears you. And see, there's a reason why people are here, why we have to serve the left behinders, the people who are now facing and embracing the two most difficult days. So we, heaven and me, usually let them know and identify this at home, okay? That living in the moment is to look at what you really do have. Because when life takes a turn and throws us a curveball, then that rhythm and that routine is not there. So the gratitude, what Dr. Arlene just said, I love your thoughts on that, is just embrace in what you have, own it. And then open up the door for tomorrow to see how
Mhm.
things unfold and see where things will go. So our world is only positive. Dr. Arlene is only positive. Her tranquility, really, when you listen into this at home, please tune in, because Dr. Arlene can give you so much more in a way that you will embrace things a little bit differently, and that will help you to move on forward. And I hope at home that will make sense. It's actually simplicity and common sense. But what takes Dr. Arlene, what takes all of this from people is the courage, and is the way to give
Yes,
that, to get that
absolutely.
feeling of, I need to do this for me.
Oh gosh, that's like one of the number one things that I say to people. It's like, have courage, because usually the difficult things are actually the most important things to them. And so, part of healing to me is to have courage. And what you said, to open the door to that, to have gratitude, to open those doors. And that's what really feels good to me to live with, because no matter what happens and no matter what challenges and difficulties, so the assumption that, yes, we're all supported, I am supported, and that there's something beautiful that's going to grow out of this. There's something amazing, and I don't even necessarily know what it is. But already in this present moment, I'm grateful for what amazing, beautiful thing is to come that will grow out of any kind of difficulty. It will grow out of any moment, whether it doesn't have to be difficult moments, but really something amazing can grow out of any moment. And sometimes it is the difficult moments that are catalysts to kind of shake us and wake us up and to see things in a different way that we haven't been asked to see before. We haven't, challenged ourselves to see before. And that to me is a much deeper and profound level of healing. And it's the way that I'm able to help people help themselves heal, because the only way to really heal is through having that self-love and non-egotistical self-interest of yourself, where you have so much love for yourself that you want to take care of yourself. And by doing so, you want to help other people, because it's that love that you tap into. You have this infinite well, and once you recognize that, you will have so much access to to help and serve other people. And that gives us all so much joy. I mean, you see what we do for our kids, and it can be difficult when you have a baby and you're waking up and you're feeding this tiny being, but it gives so much joy. Yes, it's hard, but even through that, it's worth it.
Exactly. And and that is also embracing in your household and in our household the people to love. And that's very important for us to say, I love you around you, because like I said, when life throws you a curveball, you never know what's in it. And you often at home, who I assist and navigate, hear me say is that the question is why life passes you by. And that's why it's much more important, for us to embrace that big love and that everything will be okay, even though the intense hardship of this moment with everything going around and going on in the world is becoming and increasing a little bit for many people who are not looking forward to the different things happening in their lives, but knowing for you all at home, it is time that we need to open up that door for a different and higher way of bringing your faith to 1% of level, where you can close be about 80 or 90 or maybe please about 100%. Take your, because that is the miracle. See, that is where it becomes magical. Everything will unfold, but you at home have to take the first step. It takes all you to see then, all the things unfold. It's kind of like when you open a door yourself with your courage, then many doors will be opened up for you. That is just the way that heaven is bringing things to light for you. And there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And I wrote many with Gail, my co-author, many quotes and sayings in this book, and I'm going to do a little bit of show and tell. I hope you can see this. This is our new poetry book. It's called Angel Love from Above. And when you look into this book, it will actually show you, I'm showing you a picture. It says, close the door from the past real fast with the door, and then make room for the future. So all of these quotes and sayings with Gail's beautiful pictures will actually make sense in what you are facing and embracing in life. So we start by inhaling and exhaling, and therefore, again, oxygen mask on you first before you apply it to others. And with Thanksgiving coming up, I wish you all a very blessed Thanksgiving, and know that you're always in my prayers and in my heart. And I would love to embrace all of you and bring more light to your life, because in this time we need that so much more, is to embrace all the good. And please let us be that light for you, to embrace the good with you and let you look forward.
We are so thankful for everyone for being here with us and just spreading that light, and again having that ripple effect all throughout. So you tuning in and you just absorbing this message and then feeling it in your body, you can go out and also do the same for other people. So we appreciate all of you so much. And we will be back with a moment with Maudy on the Multidimensional MD in just a few weeks. It's going to be Wednesday, December 9th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And the topic is going to be heavenly signs. I think that's such a beautiful topic for December, and we can't wait to share more of that with you. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. We don't actually know who's watching out there unless you leave us a comment. And we love being connected with you, whether you're live here with us in time or you see the recording later on. So many blessings to you. Feel that gratitude, and we will see you all next time. Oh, and don't forget, I'm also on Instagram at All Worlds Health and Facebook, and Maudy's on her Maudy, what's your Instagram page? Maudy Fowler, I think. Maudy Fowler on Instagram, and she also has a
Maudy Fowler. Yeah, and come and visit.
Thank you, everyone. It's so great to see you. And have a beautiful rest of your day. We will see you next time. Lots of love to you.